Alrighty, hello everyone. This is Commander Chu, and today we're going to be watching the lower bracket match between Team ZOT and Abusement Park. So Team ZOT is going to be on the left, Abusement Park is going to be on the right, and we are on the Battlefield of Eternity, so let's go.
Summoned to the Nexus from the Diablo universe, the immortal forces of the high heavens and the burning hells now collide on the Battlefield of Eternity. Locked in unending combat, angels and demons drive their forces against one another, and the heroes of the Nexus will serve as the deciding factor for victory. The Battlefield of Eternity features two outside lanes surrounding a large central combat area. It is here, along the rift that separates these two opposing forces, where this unending conflict manifests in head-to-head combat. Shortly after a match begins, Angel Lieutenant Ilarion, the Immortal of the High Heavens, and Demon Lord Beleth, the Immortal of the Burning Hells, clash against each other. Heroes aligned with the heavens must defend Ilarion, while simultaneously supporting the attack on Beleth. Vice versa, heroes aligned with the hells must do the same in support of Beleth's attack on Ilarion. Immortals attack each other at range, but also defend themselves against assailing heroes with two different attacks. First, Immortals will summon 5 circles on the ground under nearby enemies. After a short duration, these circles will explode, stunning and damaging any hero caught inside. The Immortals will also utilize a general area of effect ability that damages, knocks back, and stuns any hero standing in melee range. Once either of the Immortals drop below 50% health, they will both shift to new opposing positions inside the combat area. If your team manages to defeat an enemy Immortal, a victory animation will play as your Immortal channels energy from his defeated opponent, summoning a shield that will power him for the next phase. This shield can vary in power. The higher the health remains on your Immortal at the end of the combat phase, the stronger its shield will be as it enters the laning phase. Once the channeling animation has completed, your Immortal will shift into one of the battleground's 2 lanes, prioritizing the most well-defended. While the Immortal maintains its shield, he will hover above the ground and attack at range. Each ranged attack he issues, along with the opposing damage delivered to the Immortal, will drain its shield until depleted. At this point, the Immortal will drop to the ground and enter melee combat, continuing to push against enemy buildings until it is defeated or the enemy core is destroyed. Once an Immortal is defeated in lane, the match will enter a short reprieve until both Immortals have regained their strength and spawn again for another cycle of combat. Alongside the Immortal objective, there are 4 available mercenary camps spread across the battleground. In the center area can be found 2 bruiser camps populated by fallen shaman and their hounds. Note that the shaman mercenaries will tirelessly resurrect their fallen hounds while pushing for your team, so you'll want to make them the priority target. At the north and south of the battleground are 2 siege camps populated by Khazra Impalers. Unlike previous siege camps, the Impalers deal single target damage from range with a bonus damage to buildings. The Battlefield of Eternity is rife with risk-reward decision-making. Will you prioritize defending your Immortal, attacking your enemies, or split your forces to simultaneously gather experience in the lanes? How much will you seek to dictate the responses of the opposing team, or instead choose to patiently watch and counter their decisions? The choices are up to you, as the power of the high heavens and the burning hells hang in the balance.
Alright, so the red team Abusement Park will be picking first. So let's just see what we get in the draft. Now on this map, solo lane heroes are especially important because it allows the team to have a 1-4 rotation. So what that means is you can have one person from your team just solo lane while the other 4 lane the other and just put pressure on the towers just to try to get that early XP from breaking the buildings. So oftentimes we see Thralls, Zagaras, Zuls, those type of heroes picked first. And of course, the way that this map works with the 2 Immortals spawning on the map, you need to have a lot of damage. So oftentimes we'll see Rainers, Falstad, Balas, a lot of auto attack heroes with sustained damage, especially ranged, because that's very important. And of course, Kael'Thas ban is a very standard ban these days in this current meta. Li Ming is also another standard ban, but I don't know if we're gonna see that here. It looks like they're hovering over Tyrande. Tyrande is a very strong pick on this map because of the Hunter's Marker trait. Basically, what she can do is she augments her whole team's auto attack strength, or actually even ability strength, by making the Immortal vulnerable. So even heroes such as Murky, for example, or Lily, who might not do that much damage, definitely not as much as an assassin, Tyrande's Hunter's Mark would allow them to do much more damage in a shorter period of time. So heroes like her, especially ETC, heroes that buff allies auto attack in some way. Oh goodness, hold on. So many whispers. Yeah, so heroes that augment auto attacks are really prioritized here. Alright, so we do see Artanis picked first. That's a really interesting pickup. It really shields the rest of Abusement Park's strategy. We really don't know if Artanis is going to be solo tanking or if he's going to be an additional warrior. As far as warriors go, Artanis does bring a lot of damage to the table. Of course, nowhere near assassin level, but considering he's a warrior. Wow, okay, Li Ming and Falstad picked. Those are two very high damage heroes, although Li Ming is a lot more on the burst side. Falstad does have some nice options. He's kind of a blend between sustained damage and burst. It all depends on how he builds. Yeah, we'll see what the red team decides to pick here. They could be solo tanking Artanis, or they could also bring in another. Okay, Malfurion is a very solid healer. I see Dawnforge play Malfurion a lot. Now, Malfurion is a strong pick in any team comp because of the mana he can give to his allies. It's especially important when he has very mana-hungry teams. So Greymane and Artanis, both very mana-hungry heroes. Malfurion can supply that mana for them. The only thing though is his healing is over time. It's not any burst healing, and it could actually be difficult for him to keep Greymane, for example, alive in the face of Li Ming and Falstad burst. So it's going to be really important for the Greymane to maintain his distance, not to take too much damage too quickly. And there's the ETC ban as well. Tyrande, ETC, both very solid heroes. We see Team ZOT really acknowledging their strength and the fact that Abusement Park might be deciding to pick a secondary tank in addition to Artanis. But this is also a very strong draft for Team ZOT as well. They've only picked their 2 damage, so Abusement Park has no idea what they're going to pick for their tank, for the healer. Okay, Tychus ban, that's... okay. So, I'm assuming because they banned Tychus, they are planning to go with another warrior, so they don't want Tychus eating up through all of their health. Kind of makes sense, but you know, Team ZOT already has 2 high damage dealers. I suspect they probably won't pick another assassin. If anything, I'm assuming they're going to go with 1 tank, 1 heal, and 1 specialist. Oh, there's a specialist. Sylvain is super strong here because she can disable towers. So that's especially... oh my goodness, Cho'Gall. Well, okay, I did not expect that at all. But... oh my gosh, too many whispers, please. Going back to Sylvanas, Sylvanas is really strong on this map because she can disable towers, and that will allow the Immortal, if the blue team gets the Immortal, it'll allow it to push much harder and much further. However, she does lack a little bit in damage, so we'll see how well that goes. Okay, Brightwing, a very interesting pick. I definitely feel that was to counter the Cho'Gall just a little bit with the Polymorph, but wow, this is going to be a really interesting game. All right, so we are on Battlefield of Eternity, as you can see on the screen here. The Angel Lieutenant and the Demon Lord are locked in an eternal war. Periodically, the Immortals will appear in the center of the map, and the teams have to burst down the enemy Immortal as fast as they can. Whichever team does burst it down first will be able to summon their own ally to fight for them and basically push the lane. Now, the Immortal goes to the enemy lane that has the most health or most buildings. So, for example, if you were to push one lane all the way to the keep before the other lane was even touched, the Immortal would actually go to the lane that wasn't touched. So I feel like it's actually a very balanced mechanic in terms of how maps go. But looks like we're almost done loading into game number 1. Let's see. Wow, Cho'Gall. I don't think I've even ever seen them practice that. That must have been like a secret practice pick or something. I'm excited to see what happens. Okay, Cho'Gall. The thing is though, they don't have a lot of healing for the Cho'Gall. Although Malfurion doesn't need to worry about healing Artanis because Artanis has shields. So it could still work. I think in terms of numbers, Malfurion puts out some of the highest healing in the game. But let's go into game number 1. So we have Snazzy on Sylvanas, Savage Knives on Li Ming, Little Ogre on Johanna, W Pang on Falstad, and Sour Patch Kid on Brightwing. That's going to be Team ZOT for the blue. On the red, we have Dawnforge on Malfurion, Milk and Cookies on Artanis, Seniority on Greymane, United and Sevio on Cho'Gall. My goodness, that's going to be really interesting. Alright, but that is going to be the red team, and that is Abusement Park. So let's see how this game goes. Alright. Okay, it looks like Cho'Gall is soloing the bot lane. Okay. In some ways, Cho'Gall is one of the best solo laners, and also at the same time, maybe not really. I mean, he does have an enormous amount of health, but let's actually look at the top lane to see what's going on here. Okay, it looks like... Okay. Some blinds coming out. Oh, very nice root by the Malfurion, but he is going to take a lot of damage. Okay, wow. That's a lot of damage in favor of the blue team. My goodness. Okay. Looks like Greymane is maybe rotating down. Li Ming tossing out some magic missiles just to make sure that no one's hiding. Oh, very nice condemn by the Johanna, really displacing Malfurion, but she's going to take a lot of damage, and it looks like Johanna is getting really low on health. Cho'Gall has rotated up, and it looks like they are going to get the first takedown. First blood goes to the red team, Abusement Park. Oh my goodness. But at the same time, while they're doing that, they are losing out a lot of soak in the bot lane, with Brightwing just clearing out that lane. And of course, Brightwing is one of the most flexible heroes in this game because she can just teleport to her allies at any time. That's going to be really strong, especially when the Immortals pop up. But it looks like both teams are staying relatively even right now. I'm surprised that... Okay, it looks like Artanis is rotating down. Now, blue team is taking a lot of damage from that Cho'Gall poke. Cho'Gall is a melee hero, but with Gall poking, it does just a ton of damage. And one of the nicest things about Cho'Gall is he can stay mounted while Gall actually shoots out his skill shots. Okay, wow. Okay, well, it looks like the Immortals will be spawning soon. Snazzy has taken a lot of damage, so has Falstad. But Falstad can, of course, teleport right to the Immortals. Looks like both teams are still relatively equal in XP. Blue team a little bit faster on the rotation, maybe? Actually, yeah, it looks like blue team is just getting a lot more damage and faster. Right. The Immortals are going to rotate, but both teams are still very close. It'll be really interesting to see here whether they decide to fight or if they just try to burn down the Immortals as soon as they can. And it looks like the Immortals are in a favorable position for the blue team. Oh goodness, the red team is trying to defend. It looks like they don't really care about the Immortal shields. Oh, they do have Greymane working on it. Greymane does a ton of damage. Oh, very good defense by the Cho'Gall and Artanis, really forcing out the blue team away from the Immortal. And it looks like Greymane is really out damaging them right now. Very good play, and it looks like Little Ogre is not stunned, but very nice roots by the Malfurion, really zoning out the blue team. But the blue team is going to be able to poke down the Immortal faster. Wow, very well played. Actually, that was some amazing defense, but not quite enough by the red team. The blue team, actually, wait, no. Oh, the red team is getting the Immortal. Wow, I must have misread something. That was some amazing play right there. I'm really impressed. Alright, it looks like Cho'Gall does have the dominance so far in this early game, but blue team has a ton of damage. They should be able to burn down this Immortal really quickly before it does too much damage. Of course, this is a very safe position for red team to just poke and chip away at the towers, or chip away at the blue team themselves, but it's going to be a 4-on-2 right here. It looks like my friend is really dangerously out of position. He is going to kill himself, but he's taking a lot of damage. So is Greymane. Very nice roots, but Greymane is going to go down. Wow, this is a lot of pressure on the top lane, and Malfurion does not have enough damage to counter this. But let's take a look at the bot lane real quick. Falstad is taking a lot of damage. Wow, that's some really nice poking by Cho'Gall. He is going to have to Hearth. Oh, it looks like Cho'Gall is going to try. Oh, but Falstad does manage to Hearth just in time. Let's take a look back at the top lane. It's still Malfurion versus 4. But looks like he's trying to maintain that lane as well as he can. Artanis is here now. Looks like blue team is opting to go for that camp. I think it's a really good decision at this point. Cho'Gall still at the bottom, just trying to poke as much as he can, trying to take out that blue team's well. But Falstad does do a ton of damage, so both Falstad and Cho'Gall need to be really careful here because either one could win out. Okay, and it looks like the Cho'Gall, oh, he's going back in. That is a really dangerous decision. Of course, that's a lot of damage going on to the Falstad. He's very low. Looks like we might see a charge here. Oh, and Cho'Gall is going to disengage, and Falstad is going to have to heart. That is a lot of pressure. Of course, Cho'Gall really is basically a 2v1, but there's only one body present. So Cho'Gall controls all the driving, and Gall only has to worry about skill shots. So it's a very interesting play. Obviously, you have one less body, so I guess that's one less hero pool of health to heal. But it has its own disadvantages as well. Of course, Cho'Gall is really big, so he can body block, but that is one less body. It looks like blue team is going to cap this bruiser camp really quickly, and that's going to really benefit them in terms of push while the Immortal's up. It's going to force the red team to make a decision. Do they counter the camp, or do they go for the Immortal? It looks like both teams are a little bit slow to the rotation, and of course, we have to pause. Alright, and we are back. So we had a quick player pause, but it looks like everything has settled down now. Okay, so both teams are now at the Immortals. Looks like a lot of the red team is... Oh, actually, let's take a look at the bot lane real quick. Falstad is pushing with that camera, really forcing the red team's rotation down. Oh, he is going to dash just in time. That's some very nice reactionary play by Falstad. But of course, the red team did have to send 2 people. So, oh, actually... They're relatively equal in immortal damage right now. This is a little bit dangerous for the blue team, but the red team Greymane is still at the bot lane, so I guess it's relatively safe for them to continue poking. They do have Falstad and Li Ming, 2 very ranged heroes. Oh, it looks like Cho'Gall is taking a lot of damage actually, but he is going to get away. Nice healing on my friend, but Artanis is not going to go. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I spoke too soon. Artanis is going to go down. The shields cannot last forever, but as the game goes on, Artanis has some amazing tanking capability. He can just stay and takes a ton of damage. Alright, so it looks like the blue team is backing off a bit. The red team was really good in rotating down just to make sure that camp didn't get a lot of push or a lot of value while maintaining defense. So this has been really well played by both teams so far. Okay, it looks like Brightwing is still playing. Oh, and Johanna is rooted. That's going to make her really vulnerable for the Cho'Gall push. Oh, he is taking a lot of damage, so that's a lot of damage coming out from the Falstad. Oh, but Cho'Gall is going to be able to survive. Brightwing is getting dangerously low, though, and is going to go down by seniority, the Greymane. But everyone's taking a lot of damage. Greymane is going to go down. Artanis is low as well. And looks like Artanis is going to fall. Right now, it is a 4 versus 2 or 3, I guess you could say. But Cho'Gall is in a really dangerous position right now. He can't afford to take too much damage. Malfurion is also very low on mana. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming from the magic missiles on the Li Ming. Great job to the blue team forcing that rotation. But of course, this is still early game. Looks like Falstad is going to... Oh, or maybe not going to back. Looks like they just want to burn down this Immortal as fast as they can. Red team is going to have to rotate quickly or maybe try to get a camp to salvage this situation. Oh, that's really dangerous for the Malfurion right now. Very nice root, but he is alone. Okay, Greymane is coming back in. But the Immortal has been secured. Oh, wow. The lockdown by Cho'Gall and Greymane. Oh my goodness, that was a really nice Q into the Sylvanas, taking out her life really quickly. Alright, so the Immortal will be for the blue team this time around, and it is stronger. It has a very large shield. So one thing to note about the Immortal is when it has shields, it actually does projectile attacks instead of melee. So in a sense, it can push even harder, staying out of range of certain attacks. It also does that ranged stun. But looks like the blue team isn't really opting to push very hard with this. Okay, Li Ming is here. Wow, that is a lot of health that the Immortal has. Of course, Falstad is in top lane, just maintaining soak. But the, okay, I guess some solid defense. Looks like 4 of the blue team is here right now. They do have heroics, so they could pressure something. There is the silencing arrow coming out from the Sylvanas, but really not accomplishing much. Oh, very nice gust by the Falstad, forcing the red team really out of position. Greymane goes down. Artanis is getting low. Malfurion is low as well. It looks like Brightwing is going to stay alive, but not for too much longer. She will go down. It's basically a 4-on-4 right now. Cho'Gall counting as 2. Very nice stuns from the Johanna. Oh, but Artanis is going to refresh his shield cooldown, but he is going to go down. Very nice disintegrate by the Li Ming, and that is going to be A team fight in favor of the blue team. Wow, what a team fight. Okay. Well, that was some really solid defense by the red team. Of course, they didn't lose that tower there. And they are in the same town tier now. Of course, blue team does have a slight advantage in that they have 2 global heroes. Both Brightwing and Falstad can just reappear anywhere, basically anywhere they want on the map. Okay, and it looks like Greymane is trying to solo this Bruiser Cam, but the Bruiser Cam just does so much damage. He's going to be quite low on health. I don't know if that's the best decision. Looks like Sylvanas is going to solo this camp. Sylvanas solos camps very well, and especially if she has an ally with her, because of her ability to disable minions and mercenaries. Alright, let's take a look at the bot lane here. Looks like both teams are just poking at each other for now. Of course, Cho'Gall has amazing poke. Really the only hero on the red team with solid poke. But he does bring a lot of damage. And the next Immortal phase is happening soon in about 10 seconds. We'll see how the teams decide to rotate. Of course, Greymane was able to get that camp at the top lane. Or was it taken out? I don't see it anywhere, actually. Falstad must have taken it out earlier. Of course, Sylvanas is amazing against mercenary camps because she just takes away their value. That's a really great play. Okay, wow, going really aggressive on the Cho'Gall, burning a lot of damage. But Falstad is getting dangerously low with the Artanis Purifying Beam going on him. But Cho'Gall is getting low as well. Wow, he does go down. Sylvanas is getting low, but very nice teleport by her. Brightwing is going to go down, however. It looks like Greymane might be able to finish off this Sylvanas. Oh, but she is able to get away just in time. That is a 2-for-1 in favor of the blue team. Very, very good plays, but it's still a little bit precarious because Li Ming is low on mana. Johanna is low on health, and so is Falstad. It's going to be really dangerous. Of course, they are making their way to the Immortal to get some damage on, but the red team has rotated already as well. Both teams are relatively equal in terms of structure damage. Of course, there are no camps pushing right now, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I feel like this Immortal is going to be a damage race, or maybe they might fight. It looks like Cho'Gall is positioning to. Oh, okay. The Immortals rotated defensively. Alright, this is going to be really interesting. I do feel like the blue team has more advantage here because they have so much poke. However, they cannot risk it. Oh, I like this call by them grabbing that Bruiser Camp. This is a really good time because there's going to be really slow damage going their Immortal. They're really going to be able to take advantage of the split push, really forcing the red team to make a decision. Do they defend, do they go attack, or do they rotate to the lane to cancel out that camp? This is some really high-level decision-making by Team ZOT. Oh, there goes the Cho'Gall with a dive in. Looks like he is slowly backing right now. Come on, my friend, he needs some heals. Oh, that is a lot of damage coming out, but Johanna has her unstoppable trait. She is going to cancel a lot of that with her trait shield. Okay. Wow, blue team getting a little dangerously low, but they are getting a lot of value from the camp right now. Looks like Greymane. Oh, Greymane wants to rotate down, but he isn't going to be able to. They have to defend or go offensive on this Immortal, I guess. That's a lot of damage coming out, but of course, my friends, Heroic is coming out, so the red team is going to be healed up, but Brightwing is going to go down. Falstad and Johanna low. There's nothing they can do to stop or defend the red team right now from hitting their Immortal. At the very least, they got a lot of value from the camp pushing at bot lane. Wow, looks like wow, that is a ton of damage. Looks like oh yep, Li Ming definitely went Seeker. That is a ton of extra ability damage. Alright, so the red team this time is actually going to get the Immortal. So far that is 2 Immortals in favor of the red team, only 1 for the blue. Alright, we'll see how they choose to defend. Looks like Cho'Gall is soloing the bot lane. Of course, Cho'Gall is great for soloing. Oh, looks like the blue team wants to take out that fort first. They do have the level 13 talent advantage, but it's really interesting to see them not going for defense. Looks like Cho'Gall has rotated up already. Their tank is separated. Oh my gosh, Brightwing and Falstad taking a lot of damage. Johanna is dangerously low, and she is going to go down by the Greymane. Greymane, one of the best burst assassins in the game. Wow. And blue team is going to lose that fort. Once again, a lot of damage coming out from the Li Ming. Oh, it looks like Falstad is dangerously out of position. He is going to go down from the burn damage from the Cho'Gall. Wow, very well played by United, GGK, and Sevio, playing that Cho'Gall, rocking it hard. Alright, it looks like Snazzy is taking a lot of damage from the Artanis Purifier Beam here. The Immortal is going down, but it managed to take out the front 2 walls and cannon towers. Cho'Gall getting a ton of damage onto that keep with his Heroic. this is going to be a really difficult game here on out from for the blue team, for Team ZOT, because they have to worry about defending their keep. Alright, so red team is going to be able to get that top camp really really safely. Looks like the gray main is trying to make his way to the bruiser camp first. Both teams playing very well. So far, the kill count is about equal to blue team with more kills, but only just by 1. They have 9 versus Abusement Park has 8 kills. Both teams are actually equal in terms of structures, but that's only talking in terms of forts and keeps. Blue team has taken significantly more damage in their top lane. Looks like Johanna is trying to D-push. Of course, Knight takes Pawn is a really great option on Johanna because it allows them to... Oh, it looks like at the... Oh, Sylvanas is going to be able to teleport safely. Wow, okay, that was very close. She almost got caught out of position from the Cho'Gall. Alright, looks like the blue team is trying to regroup a little bit. Maybe splitting into 2. They cannot let the red push, because if they push, they are for sure going to get this top here. I don't know what they want to do. Oh, very nice heroic by the Cho'Gall and disengaged by the false side. He almost certainly would have died right there had he taken the full brunt of Cho'Gall's heroic. Very nice use of the mighty gust. Of course, blue team did lose that fort, but it is far from over. The Immortals are spawning once again, and we'll see. Both teams are level 15. They don't quite have the talent tier yet, but red team is pressuring that top lane with that bruiser camp. Blue team has to back and do something about it. Of course, Sylvanas is one of the greatest heroes for countering a camp, but that is a lot less damage they have for burning down the Immortal. And it looks like... Oh, it looks like the red team is burning down the blue team's Immortal much faster this time around. Alright, we'll see how both teams decide to play. Of course, whichever team gets to level 16 first has a significant advantage, but I don't know if it's going to matter here. Okay, blue team positioning, trying to stay safe. I'm almost a little bit worried about this, the blue team Sylvanas, because he is in the bot lane. Of course, I realize that maybe he's trying to soak, get the team to 16. That could be a great advantage. Actually, that might be a good call because she was able to draw out Grey Main. Blue team does have level 16 now. They need to force an engage. She is going to get, Sylvanas is going to be able to get away safely thanks to her teleport. Very nicely played by Snazzy on Sylvanas. And Cho'Gall's taking a ton of damage, but he does have multi-core. He is going to be able to stasis through it. Brightwing not being able to do much here. Oh, okay, very nice stasis by the Brightwing. But it looks like, oh, very nice disengage by the false side. Really great play by W Pang. Of course, it looks like the blue team is going to lose this Immortal here. But they're doing well. They're having a lot of pressure. Okay. Alright, that is going to be our 4th Immortal of this game. Again, for the red team. Now, Sylvanas was able to get a great push in the bot lane. They're almost losing that fort, as you can see here. But the red team is going to rotate fast enough to take away the minions right there. And of course, the red team's Immortal is spawning, so that is going to press the lane especially hard. And if you take a look at the top lane, the red team's minions are going to be pressuring that lane very hard as well, forcing pressure onto the keep. We'll see this defense coming out from the blue team now. 2 of their heroics are down, but Mighty Gust has a very short cooldown. It will return shortly, but Falstad is taking a lot of damage, and he is going to go down. Oh my goodness, very nice walk by the Artanis onto the Johanna. It's going to be a really difficult defense for the blue team. If anything, maybe they have to give up this keep and just try to defend their core, but this is a lot of damage coming out by both the Cho'Gall and the Grey Main. And of course, the Immortal still has more than half his health, almost full health. Okay, they're burning it down gradually. Snazzy has to play really safely here. He could get caught out of position, but it looks like he is moving to a safer position. Looks like the red team is trying to focus right wing. Oh, and it looks like our Titan's Purifier Beam is going on to Sylvanas. Sylvanas is rotating a little. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of pressure onto the core. I don't know if the blue team can defend this. And of course, Brightwing is going to go down. So far, that's only... Oh, that's going to be game. That was just... Oh my goodness, that Cho'Gall. That dominance Cho'Gall play. We saw three Immortals, I think, in favor of the red team and only 1 for the blue. But wow, that was really amazingly played by both teams. Wow, that was a really difficult game. Well played, Team ZOT and Abusement Park.
Towers of Doom is a large, 3-lane battleground that serves as a contest between two of the Nexus' powerful realm lords. Heroes are recruited to serve either the Raven Lord, Guardian of Ravencourt, or the Gravekeeper, a being who has been manipulating heroes in an effort to gain power in the Haunted Mines. Towers of Doom is a distinctly different battleground than all others currently found in the Nexus. Heroes cannot damage the opposing team's core directly. Instead, they must capitalize on the map's central objective to find victory. Scattered around the battleground are 6 bell towers set inside distinct locations. Your team will begin each game in control of the 3 locations nearest your core. From here, your team must do what they can to protect these locations while simultaneously working to destroy the towers under your enemy's control. Destroying an enemy tower will cause a friendly tower to spawn in its place, and will have a direct impact on the second active component of this battleground, the altars. Periodically, altars will spawn in 4 potential locations. Once present on the map, an altar can be channeled. If channeled successfully, each tower under the channeler's control, as well as their own core, will launch a single projectile at the opposing team's core. Each projectile deals a single point of damage, with each core consisting of 40 total health. In the chance case your team manages to wrangle control of all 6 locations on this battleground, your core will begin to steadily bombard the enemies until the 6 cap is broken or the game ends. We have added an area in front of the opposing base that is powerfully defended by cannons. We call this area the kill zone. You'll want to stay out of here. Alongside the central objective, teams can pursue the support of mercenary camps and a boss. Each mercenary camp consists of 3 sappers. Once captured, the trio will push against enemy towers inside their lane of travel. Each sapper utilizes small AoE attacks while in lane, but their real strength is unleashed in proximity to enemy structures. Here they will careen themselves directly into buildings, dealing massive damage to the area. If all towers are under your team's control, sappers will move directly toward the enemy's base. Upon reaching the kill zone, sappers will launch themselves at the enemy core, dealing a point of damage each. Due to their significant potential against structures, it is wise to escort them to an ideal destination, rather than allowing an enemy to take them out prematurely. World of Warcraft players may recognize the boss on Towers of Doom as the Headless Horseman of Hallow's End. Should your team manage to defeat this legendary menace, his cellar door will open, firing 4 projectiles at the enemy's core. Lastly, we have added a new transportation tunnel to this battleground, which opens up around 12 minutes into a game. Utilize this to go directly from your base to the center of the battleground instantly. Keep in mind, however, that travel is one way, and the exit point is shared by both teams. Defend your towers, take your enemies, and use altars to assault the opposing team's core. Control of the realm is at stake. Will the Towers of Doom serve you or your destruction?
All right, hello everyone. We are here at game number 2 of Team ZOT versus Abusement Park. I am joined, of course, by the amazing Jinxie Cat.
Oh my gosh, hey everybody, it's been way too long.
Yeah, all right, so we are going into game number 2. This is going to be on Towers of Doom, and let's go into the draft.
Oh my gosh,
All right,
I'm
Jinxie.
so excited.
All right, so the blue team, Team ZOT, is going to be banning first. Jinxie, do you want to tell us a little bit more about what you expect from this draft? What heroes you think we'll see here?
Well, I know if there's anything I've learned from playing on Towers of Doom and watching it, it's that global presence is really, really, really important. So I'm hoping to see some Brightwing, some Falstad, some Dahaka, somebody who can jump in between those shrines really quickly, especially at that 1st and 5th spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
of course,
yeah,
we see
and there
that
we go,
Falstad
Falstad ban.
really good denial by the blue team. It's interesting because in game 1 we actually saw them pick Falstad and Brightwing, but on Battlefield of Eternity. But of course, with that Cho'Gall pick from Abusement Park in that last game, it's gonna be Kael'thas coming out. All right, You know what?
I can see that
We
coming.
might see
Kill
Li
off.
Ming on the red side.
Here's hoping. I want to see some Jaina. Like, nobody has any love for Jaina. Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
Sylvanas and Artanis.
That's really interesting because I believe in the last game it was actually Milk and Cookies who played Artanis. Now it's rotating to Sevio. Okay, really interesting. I wonder what the inspiration was behind that Sylvanas pick. Maybe the silence, or maybe the mind control to move someone out of position.
If they pick a Vala, a Graving, or a Medic, it's really strong, really early game. I mean, I had a team one time go Medic, Vala, Morales, and our top lane, killed our guy instantly, and they took our first keep within a matter of 2 minutes into the game. So I wonder if they're going to do something like that. Lots of early game aggression.
Okay, well, I mean, I think the early game aggression is coming from Team ZOT right now. Look at that Anubrak and Illidan pick. Well, actually, no, I take it back. Illidan's not very early game. But he is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't think I've actually ever seen Snazzy play Illidan. Oh, Rhaegar, man, that's really interesting. But, you know, with the Artanis pickup on the red team, I think we're going to see the same thing as the previous game where they're going to have at least one more warrior. I don't really see Artanis solo tanking, especially against Kael'thas and Anubrak with so much card control.
I feel like solo tank Artanis is just such a burden because Artanis really, I mean, he's not really a tank until he's at 50% health. So that puts a lot of stress on him, a lot of stress on the healer, and if you have to build tanking, then there's just so much damage you're missing out on.
Definitely. That was a great ban, by the way. Brightwing ban definitely taking away the global. They already know that Team ZOT likes to play global heroes. Of course, False Side's out of the picture, and now Brightwing. What healers do you think we're gonna see? Because I mean, obviously, Malfurion and Lily are pretty standard picks, but I kind of want to see a Tyrande or maybe even Tassadar.
Oh yeah, there's Malfurion. I was actually kind of hoping for
wow,
Dahaka.
okay.
I had a strong feeling for a global presence. I was kind of hoping for a Lily Johanna to shut that Illidan down, kind of slap him in the face for revealing that pick too early, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm really glad they picked up Dahaka. Like I said earlier, global presence is so important.
It's actually really interesting. So far in this tournament, Malfurion actually has a really high win rate. Like we even saw with Team Crab, they use Malfurion all the time. Same thing with Abusement Park here. This is the second game in a row that Dawnforge is playing Malfurion. Oh, Tyrande Tassadar. I'm so excited for this.
Oh my gosh. It's really nice. Ooh, Chromie.
Whoa, what? Okay. I have played games with United GGK on Chromie, and he is
So it looks
terrifying.
like we're kind of seeing two different strategies right here. Because, I mean, I feel like Illidan and Anubrak, we're going to get a lot of early, or maybe not early game, mid-game dive, perhaps. Stun into Illidan, stun Illidan, something like that. Meanwhile, Kael'thas from the back line doing a whole bunch of damage. And it looks like red team is... I honestly feel like they're going to push. I really think they are. I think they're going to try and use it Sylvanas to get an early keep.
And look at all the lockdown that they potentially have. I mean, between Dahaka's, whatever his lick attack is.
Calvin, I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. The stream could, or not the stream, but the video can hear me. But let me know if that happens so we don't overlap. But it's okay, you're doing some great commentary. Alright, so going back to what I was saying earlier, there's a lot of lockdown potential on the side of Abusement Park. If you look at Sylvanas with mind control, or even Dahaka with his lick, whatever that is, and Malfurion roots, that's going to be a lot of setup for Chromie to just...
the thing is everybody.
I mean, it makes the top and the bot lane arrive later than the Yeah, they arrive later than the mid lane.
A lot of early game.
That damage going on.
Completed her.
I really like this rotation that I see coming out from Team ZOT right now. They're really wow, okay, it looks like 4 of them rotated mid. Okay, no, it's Illidan moving back to the bot lane. Illidan is actually gonna have a tough time against Sylvanas. All that ability damage. He'll opt for the Morphosis.
And ooh, it looks like red
By the
towers.
Sylvanas. Heals. And the follow-up stun!
Save.
Wow, really
Oh
well
my
played
goodness,
by
Haka
both
taking
teams
so
right
much
now.
damage. Great burrow though. Goodness, Artana's popped.
Wow, look at that stun coming out from Commande, so on
awkward.
point.
The Haka gets blown to bits. Sandblast by Chromie hitting no one, but it does give Malfurion some time to get away. The other team back off. Great zoning there.
Wow,
But
those
it
were
looks
some
like
really
the blue
solid
team
rotations
wins
we saw.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Red team definitely want to come in and sneak in. Was definitely ready.
Alright, well Dakota, do you want to take a look at some of the level 4 talent picks?
Sorry, I thought you were muted. It looks like Illidan went with Friend or Fro, which increases the range of dive, a pretty standard pick. Tyrande is going an Owl build. I'm really surprised by that. I mean, usually level 1, most Tyrandes take the reduced cooldown on the Hunter's Mark, but she's picked up Piers. A new Rat going with the Burrow Charge increased by 20. Pretty good lockdown. Kale picking up the Verdant Spears build with activating Verdant Spears. Restores 4% of your maximum mana. Tacitor with the Leeching Plasma, of course. Malfurion with the Rampant Growth. Artanis with his Lethal Alacrity. I have no idea how to say that. I am terrible. I was not an English major. I came from veterinarian. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're already level 7. I can't even get through. Looks like.
Wow.
Malfurion
Oh, and all that follow-up!
evaporated.
Wow.
I couldn't even commentate on that. She just blew up so fast.
Yeah, you definitely got to hand
I'm
it to
really
Team
surprised.
ZOT. They're really good about chaining or even smite chaining their stuns. My goodness, that's a really scary combo to deal with. Looks like they are going to pick off the Haka here as well. Oh, or maybe not.
Oh,
Very
no,
nice
he
skills by the
escaped,
Malfurion.
barely.
Wow, oh, looks like Anubrak's getting really aggressive here.
Oh my gosh, they
but
broke
not
down the
able
wall.
to take
But the
that.
Haka lived. There was no taking that. So much risk and little reward. Right, everybody heading down for that middle shrine to fight. I don't really know if this is the best move by Abusement Park since a good portion of their are low, but Chromie is up and ready to fight. Illidan is so low.
Wow, nice shielding
Oh my
by
gosh,
the
those
Tacitor.
Illidan, all of their damage. Beautiful
lost a
shield
life.
by Tacitor. Oh my gosh, nice out by Tyrande, stopping the Sylvanas channel, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Beautiful stun. Sylvanas is so low. Malfurion, I believe his heal is on cooldown right now. Tahaka extremely low. Nice Malfurion roots the zone. Here comes
wow, look at all that damage
Kale
from Chromie though. My goodness.
Tyrande is no mana. It's really hard for her to stay in health. Neither one of their healers have any mana, and Anubarak is super low on health. But here's the Illidan. Full health, evasion up, and it looks like there is no stopping him. Are we finally going to see this Tahaka? No, we are not. The Tahaka is just not going to die. But it looks like the blue team is, oh, maybe not. Setio on Artanis, beautifully stalling it out. Malfurion, nice, nice zoning. Ooh, really aggressive play by Tahaka right there coming in. I don't know if I necessarily would have taken that route.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far, goodness, this is such a long, dragged-out team fight. Oh, that's a ton of damage, especially going on to the Kayle.
Oh my god,
is going to go down.
Evaporated.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Wow,
think
that is a
at this
huge
point,
win for the red team. They've evened it out, and they've denied the blue team. My goodness, that was really well played.
Yeah, you saw the red team was getting a little bit behind in experience, and now they're right caught back up.
All right, well, it looks like the blue team is still a bit ahead in XP. They probably will be hitting 10 first, unless the red team is able to get a takedown. But Chromie has been doing a ton of damage all this game. I don't know if you realize, like, all that poke she's been getting. So much value. Oh my goodness!
Evaporated.
Oh my gosh, that poor Anubarak. How much health was that? Holy nuts. Alright. Chromie knew better.
Right here, Sylvanas taking down the... Oh my goodness, such forward. I'm honestly surprised they didn't go for that Tyrande. She was so poorly positioned. I feel like they could have really chunked her if they had desired. But at the same time, the risk really paid off. Sylvanas did not get those towers.
Yes, I'm sure. It looks like Chromie's... Oh, okay, Chromie's back.
Alright, looks like Sylvanas and Malfurion are taking the siege camp, trying to get a little bit more pressure on the bottom.
Tastar
running
is
into
there
battle.
at the top siege, though. It looks like both teams are really
there's
contesting.
A fight going
there's a
on right
two
now
heroics popped. Oh!
Up top camp, and it looks like...
A lot.
Oh my gosh, Tastar evaporated that
is
Chromie, but did so much work.
1-for-1 it looks like, but whoever's it. Oh, okay, it's the Hog. The Hog is still pretty healthy.
Gosh, Calvin, I can't hear you.
Wow, Anubarak does go down once again. Well, but in the meantime, Sylvanas is doing a lot of damage to that bot lane. Really disabling that fort has a ton of benefits, and she's going to be able to get this altar pretty easily, unless this Illidan here tries to contest. But Chromie is also down here now. Chromie just bringing so much burst. Oh, there's the dragon. Oh, not going to land, but okay. Snazzy's going to have to be really careful here. It looks like the red team was able to get that mid altar.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I can see that your icon is moving like you're talking.
All right. Well, we are in another team fight so far. It looks like it's going to be a 5v5. Oh, there goes the blind scale.
Oh my gosh,
it's going to go down really quickly.
Evaporated. Beautiful Serenity by Malfurion, keeping everybody alive. Tyrande in a terrible position, just getting chunked. But there's a beautiful stun right there. Nice Malfurion roots, just a little
Anubarak able to escape.
Oh my gosh, a beautiful throw by Anubarak, getting out of there just in the nick of time. Oh no, the poor Illidan.
Oh, Snazzy is
evaporated
gonna
by
go
the Chromie ult. What a beautiful use of her ult right there.
Wow. These team
And
fights
it
are
looks
going
like
really
Red Team
well.
will get this bottom shrine once again, evening the playing field. This is anyone's game right now. Oh.
But if anything, Red
Just
Team's
kidding, they didn't
pulling up ahead.
even the playing field. I misread or who was doing what. They got both shrines and just absolutely wrecked everyone. Beautiful job. Split second.
Well, I was sure
Y'all
to make sure that nothing
great.
exciting at the time was happening. Oh, but it looks like the Haka is going to be able to catch that Tastar. Unfortunately, not a lot of damage to follow up, though.
It's a shame. The Hawk has absolutely no way to build damage. Oh my goodness, what happened? Probably was just evaporated at that camp, it looks like. The whole team knew what they were doing, decided to come over with a massive gang.
Really great play by Team ZOT right here. Oh, very nice stuns! And the follow-up damage, wow, Sylvanas barely making it out alive.
Oh my gosh, great beating by Kale, just stun on top of stun on top of stun. That's one thing I really think that Team ZOT has done well. It's just, oh no, Sour Patch Kid. Alright, looks like we got a player leave the game. Lag issue is always the struggle.
Dakota?
What's up?
Okay, just making sure if you can still hear me.
Yeah.
I don't know why Chris is doing that.
Okay, he's ready to go. Alright, it looks like Anubarak has rejoined the game, so we're gonna go ahead and continue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we gained. Hawkeye's still giving that Arthur or Tacitor. That is not Arthur's, my goodness.
Oh, there goes Illidan in with the metamorphosis.
There's a huge team fight going down bottom. Oh my gosh, Kale in a terrible position. Beautiful silence by Sylvanas. Nothing
Oh, and he is gonna go down!
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful force but to no avail. Illidan still in that Chromie room, and it's gonna be the, oh my goodness, what a beautiful stun. Tacitor pulling out the clutch stage,
Wow,
and he gets
great
away himself.
disengage with the force
ready
wall.
again on the 12-second cooldown. Oh my gosh, that was great. I mean, poor Kale, just not enough damage to save him. But that Illidan, the clutch Illidan saves. Like, everybody thanked your Tacitor. What a fantastic.
Yeah, that was a really amazing play by W Peng right there. We definitely see his finesse in using Tacitor. One of the most difficult supports to play.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. I mean, everyone's always said the Tacitor Illidan combo along with the Abathur, and here you see it really its full effect.
It looks like Blue Team is setting up for a gank right here.
Kale
Oh, they
is
got the
back.
Sylvanas out of position.
Oh
He is going to teleport to
but
safety.
Sylvanas-
Very nicely played.
beautiful
It looks like
stuff.
the boss has been aggravated. A lot of the Blue Team taking damage, and Kael'thas has been taken out very quickly once again. That's a huge disadvantage for the Blue Team.
It's such a shame. I mean, Blue Team Kale out of position. Red Team Sylvanas out of position. Like, what are they doing? Oh my gosh, beautiful stun by Tyrande. Nice owl.
Look at all the damage coming from the Chromie.
The Chromie is just doing so much damage. I mean, it's
Oh,
crazy. She
Tacitor
has such
does go
range.
down.
Oh
Very
my
nice W
goodness,
by
a
the
beautiful
Chromie.
stun.
My goodness. Okay,
Oh my
very nice
gosh,
owl by the
owl
Tyrande.
snipe.
Wow.
I thought Artanis was going to escape with an inch of his life. Not today, says Tyrande. Beautiful, beautiful owl.
What the heck is this
And I
game?
was so excited. I couldn't even see who got that altar, but whoever did it did. Congratulations.
Wow, okay, well,
Nice push going on middle by Red Team. Sylvanas got a nice little minion wave going. Getting ready to start that top camp. Tyrande says, not today. She was a little bit off. I'm sure she was checking to see if they were at boss, but I really feel like she should have shot it. Check that camp also.
it looks like
didn't
this
even
Chromie
realize
is
the
dangerously
bottom-
out of position. Very nice force wall by the
Oh my
Tacitor.
God. Very, very nice first ball. That's the one thing
Oh,
Chromie has
great lines
absolutely
by the
never
Artanis.
escaped.
But looks like
And there
Chromie
was
is going
enough
to go
coming to save her.
down.
Down goes Chromie. Terrible positioning, and she was heavily punished for by the whole team. Blue team coming in for an invader here on the bottom altar. They took back their bottom keep, and now they're going to try and take Abusement Park's keep.
Wow, great
Sylvanas
force wall
nowhere to be
again.
found. It is a 3v5 down. Fantastic force walls by Tacitor, WPEG. Oh my goodness, the Haka goes down. There's nothing Artanis can do besides back out. Malfurion trying his best with the root, but the team is smarter than that, knows to stay out of them.
Definitely, and that
That's
is a
a shame.
huge advantage for them getting that shrine because that basically ensures a safe bot altar channel. And with the triple altar spawning right now, this is going to be really interesting to see what happens. Blue team was able to secure level 16, Sylvanas not able to complete that push onto the top lane. This is a great position right now for Team ZOT to really turn the game around.
Definitely, I mean, Dahaka's going to be, he can burrow, but he's going to be late to the party. 7 seconds down still. Blue team trying the best to defend their altar. Red team going in for an invade. I think it's really surprising considering they're down a hero. Granted, here he comes right now.
Wow,
Beautiful
so much damage
gravity
coming
left.
out.
Oh my
And
goodness!
Kael'thas
that
is
forward-
knocked down again. Oh my
so hard
gosh.
being Kale in this game. He's gonna focus so hard. A new rack, beautiful play. They knew what they had to do. They took it. So much Chromie damage. Sylvanas channeling that aggressive altar. Nothing Illidan, Tyrande, and Tacitor can do is safely try their best to back out. They did get that bottom shrine, but Abusement Park got the top too.
Wow, I mean,
8
Team
left.
ZOT really
That's-
needs to change the pace here.
All the camps, that's a push. The boss could take half of their... Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
But you know, I've played games on this map and come back from worse, so the game isn't over
looks
yet.
like the red team is our Tacitor at least or not Tacitor, excuse me. Our Tannis is going to try and take back that bottom keep. Sylvanas coming, the whole team coming to just take that bottom keep. And you know, one thing that's great about Sylvanas on this map is that she's able to take these keeps back so quickly and also push them. Blue team getting the boss right now, trying to prevent the red team, I'm assuming, from taking it and making their core half of what it's currently at. Not a whole lot going on by the red team, checking to see what's up, but nowhere near where they thought they'd be. I honestly don't think anybody knew that Team ZOT was going to take that boss. So beautiful play by them, nice and sneaky. Sylvanas, I feel like, in a terrible position, way far away from her team. She does have that escape, though, and will not be taken out by Illidan. Team ZOT going to get rid of those mercenaries at bottom. They know they can't let them get across the barrier line, otherwise it's 3 shots against the core. Sylvanas going up, hope it assumed that, oh my goodness.
Wow.
You know, I don't know if this Sylvanas split push is necessarily the best. 3 minions, not really worth it. Granted, she is going to go ahead and push for the top keep, but the altar is at the bottom. If she doesn't get to that bottom altar, that's a 4v5.
Wow, great force wall by Tassadar.
I mean, the way the Tassadar, the Sylvanas, or the Tyrande,
and the follow-up somebody Tyrande. Oh my gosh, my friend gets deleted.
And Malfurion is slain with so bad. Tassadar is slain. No heal or swords for 48 seconds for Team Abusement Park. However, Sylvanas is still up top pushing. It is 4v4 right now. Tyrande channeling the altar. Chromie doing her best, but she can't get in far enough. And another beautiful turnaround fight by Team ZOT, taking that altar, and in the process getting their only support. It's really, really good place for them right now.
It's gonna be really.
But in the process, Sylvanas did take that top 4, so they only got 3 shots off against.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, the jukes! Illidan going in, and Sylvanas said, "Not today, not today." Sylvanas going down for that bottom altar, and you know, I feel like at this point, Team ZOT really should know what she's doing. I mean, she's got 5 minions; they can see where she is. She's going there for that 4, and it looks like exactly Kael'thas and Illidan are doing what they're supposed to, coming to stop her. But the beautiful, beautiful Windrunner talent prevents her from getting taken, and Sylvanas says, "Not today." Awesome jukes right there. And it looks like we're getting ready to see a team fight. Tyrande scoping out the area. Abusement Park gathering all together. Team ZOT making a hasty retreat, knowing they really shouldn't take Abusement Park right there when they're actually down a level. Level and a half, it looks like. Team Abusement Park is about to get their level 20 talent.
Yeah, those strong tier counts are just, they really changed the tide of the
Team ZOT is still at, still level 18. I cannot talk today. I apologize to everyone.
You're doing fine. Wow, Tassadar all alone. Okay, it's a great day. Oh, it looks like he might get picked off by this Chromie.
Right, everybody getting in
ready.
position for the 2
very
altars.
nice play by Tassadar.
Sylvanas making a really nice, really heavy push by the down bottom. 3 mercs headed that way, and lots of minions. Lots and lots and lots of minions.
Nice.
Team's not wasting no resources, though. There is a giant fight going on middle lane. Oh my goodness, Anubarak is... Oh, the chain bomb going everywhere. Oh my goodness. Serenity by Malfurion, but he's healing nobody but himself. His poor team. I mean, Chromie got slain. Where was Malfurion? Dehaka trying not to pass on the chain bomb, but he does it anyway. Malfurion is slain. Oh my gosh, going south for Abusement Park fast. Kalen's in a horrible position though, and he goes down. Tyrande in a terrible position, and Pop goes to Tyrande. Pop goes Illidan. Great turnaround by Abusement Park. Oh my gosh, Anubarak trying his best to get away. He channeled around more Anubarak slain, and Tassadar the only one surviving because he is invulnerable. And that is GG. Congratulations to Abusement Park. Burning them down. Great team fight. Great match.
Can you hear me, Dakota?